Some crimes leave behind clues. Some lead to arrests. But the ones we're about to discuss? They remain unsolved, lingering like ghosts, haunting the families and investigators who search for answers. Tonight, we explore 5 chilling murder cases that have never been solved and may never be. Case 1: The mysterious death of Elisa Law. It was February 2013 when 21-year-old Elisa Lam checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. A bright college student from Canada, she had been traveling alone. But just days later, she would disappear without a trace. Her last known footage is something straight out of a horror film. Elevator security cameras captured her behaving strangely. She steps in and out of the elevator, seemingly speaking to someone who isn't there. She hides in the corner. She peeks out cautiously, as if someone is after her. And then, she vanishes. For weeks, her family and authorities searched desperately. Then, the hotel's guests started complaining about the water supply. It had a strange taste. A maintenance worker was sent to check the water tank on the roof. And that's when they found her. Elisa's lifeless body floating inside. The disturbing part? The rooftop was locked. The water tank was nearly impossible to access. No signs of struggle. No explanation for how she got there. The coroner ruled it an accident, but was it really? Many believe something sinister happened that night. Was she being followed? Was she running from something we can't see? Case 2: The Kaifeck murders. A quiet farmstead deep in the Bavarian countryside. A family of 6. And a gruesome crime scene that has puzzled investigators for over a century. This is the horrifying mystery of the Kaifeck murders. March 31, 1922. Andreas Gruber, his wife Kazilia, their daughter Victoria, and her 2 young children, along with their maid, were brutally murdered in their home. The method? A pickaxe. The killer struck each victim in the head, one by one, even the youngest, a 2-year-old child. But here's where things take a terrifying turn. In the days leading up to the murders, the family had reported strange occurrences. Footsteps in the attic. Unfamiliar tracks leading from the forest to their home, but none leading back. Their house keys? Missing. And their maid? She had just started working there that very day her predecessor had left, claiming the house was haunted. But the strangest part? The killer stayed. For 3 days, someone lived in the Gruber home. They fed the livestock. Ate food from the kitchen. Even lit the fireplace at night. Then, they disappeared without a trace. Despite an intensive investigation, no arrests were ever made. Was it a drifter? A vengeful neighbor? Or was the murderer someone the family knew all along? Case 3: The unsolved mystery of the boy in the box. Some murders fade into obscurity, lost in the passing of time. Others? Others cling to history, refusing to be forgotten. The case you're about to hear is one of them. It's been over 60 years, yet the mystery of the boy in the box still haunts investigators to this day. February 25, 1957. A cold winter afternoon in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A young man is walking through the woods, checking his animal traps, when he stumbles upon something strange: an old, tattered cardboard box lying in the underbrush. Curious, he steps closer, peeks inside, and freezes. Inside the box is a small, frail body, a boy, no older than 4 or 5 years old. His skin is pale, bruised, his hair hastily chopped as if someone had tried to alter his appearance. His tiny hands are clenched into fists. But what's most unsettling? He's been carefully wrapped in a cheap, flannel blanket. Almost as if someone had left him there, with care. The police launch an investigation, but from the start, everything about the case is a dead end. There are no missing child reports matching the boy. No witnesses. No signs of a struggle. Just the small, lifeless child, abandoned in a box meant for a bassinet. Over the years, countless theories emerge. Some believe he was the victim of an underground child trafficking ring. Others claim he was the unwanted son of a struggling family, discarded in secrecy. One woman even comes forward decades later, claiming her abusive mother bought the boy, kept him locked away, and eventually killed him. But there's no proof. Despite investigators working tirelessly, despite forensic advancements, despite thousands of tips pouring in over the decades, the boy remained nameless. A gravestone was placed for him in a Philadelphia cemetery, reading, "America's Unknown Child." But who was he? And more importantly, who left him there? It wasn't until 2022, 65 years later, that forensic genealogy finally uncovered a name: Joseph Augustus Sorelli. But his killer? Still unknown. To this day, his story is a reminder that some crimes may never be fully solved, and some ghosts refuse to rest. If you're still with us, make sure to hit the like button, because the deeper we dig into these cases, the more we uncover. And if you love unraveling dark mysteries, subscribe to Dark Mystery Archive so you never miss a story like this one. Case for the disappearance of Maura Murray. Some disappearances make no sense. No clear suspect, no body, no real evidence. But some leave behind just enough clues to make you question everything you think you know. This is the bizarre and chilling case of Maura Murray, a mystery so twisted that even seasoned investigators don't know where to begin. February 9, 2004. A bright, ambitious college student named Maura Murray vanishes without a trace. Earlier that day, she emailed her professors, saying there was a family emergency. But there wasn't. Then, she packed her car, withdrew $280 from an ATM, bought alcohol, and drove straight into the unknown. Hours later, her car is found crashed on a desolate road in New Hampshire's White Mountains. A witness, a school bus driver, offers help. She refuses. Instead, she tells him she's called AAA. But here's the thing, she never did. Minutes later, another driver passes by. Maura's gone. Vanished into thin air. No signs of a struggle. No footprints in the snow leading into the woods. Nothing. And she was never seen again. Here's where it gets even stranger. Days after she disappeared, a chilling clue surfaced. Her boyfriend received a voicemail from a hidden number. When he played it back, all he heard was the sound of heavy breathing. What happened to Maura Murray? Was she abducted? Did she stage her own disappearance? Or was something far more sinister at play? To this day, her case remains one of the most puzzling missing person mysteries of the 21st century. Before we get to our final case, the most disturbing of them all, if you're still watching, make sure to hit the like button so more people can see these stories. And if you love deep dives into the world's darkest mysteries, subscribe to Dark Mystery Archive, because trust me, the cases we cover here, they'll keep you up at night. Case 5: The Dyatlov Pass Incident. Some mysteries feel like they were ripped straight from a horror movie. This one? This one defies all logic. It has science baffled. It has investigators shaking their heads. And it remains one of the most terrifying unsolved cases in history. January 1959. The Ural Mountains, Soviet Russia. 9 experienced hikers, young, strong, skilled in surviving the harshest conditions, set out on an expedition into the frozen wilderness. But none of them would ever return alive. Weeks later, when rescue teams finally found their campsite, they weren't prepared for what they saw. The hikers' tent was ripped open from the inside, as if something had terrified them so badly, they clawed their way out into the deadly cold. But why? Then, they found the bodies, scattered across the mountainside. Some were half-dressed, wearing only socks or underwear, despite freezing temperatures. Others had fractured skulls and broken ribs, injuries so severe, a forensic expert compared them to the force of a car crash. But there were no external wounds. Even stranger? One victim's tongue was missing. Another's clothes were radioactive. And worst of all? The final bodies were found with expressions frozen in pure terror, as if they had seen something inhuman. Theories exploded. Some say it was an avalanche, forcing the hikers to flee in panic. But then, why were their injuries so unnatural? Others believe the Soviet military was testing secret weapons, accidentally killing them in the process. Then there's the strangest theory of all. Some believe they weren't alone on that mountain. That something was out there, in the darkness, watching them, hunting them. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries of all time. The Russian government reopened the case in 2019, but their final explanation? An unknown natural force. But what do you think happened? Was it nature? A cover-up? Or something far more sinister? Let us know in the comments, and if you love unraveling dark mysteries like this, hit that subscribe button because we have more stories that will. These are the cases that keep investigators awake at night, and now, they're going to keep you up too. But the mystery doesn't stop here. What do you think happened in these cases? Drop your theories in the comments, we read every single one. And if you love unraveling dark mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We have more chilling true crime stories coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to watch them alone. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and stay in the light.